Number 1. Anunda Lewis. Anunda Lewis is a multifaceted American figure recognized for her contributions to television, social causes, and hands-on trades. She first emerged in the spotlight during the late 1990s as a video jockey on MTV, where she became well known for hosting popular music programs. In 2001, she stepped away from the network to launch her own syndicated talk show, which carried her name. A few years later, in 2004, she took on a new role as a correspondent for the entertainment news program The Insider. Beyond television, Lewis developed a passion for carpentry, eventually working professionally in that field. In 2019, she returned to TV screens to host the TLC revival of While You Were Out. While studying at Howard University in the early 1990s, Anunda Lewis made an early on-screen appearance in a music video produced by Shy, an R&B group composed of fellow Howard alumni. Filmed on the university's campus, the video featured her in a significant role as part of a romantic narrative alongside group member Carl "Groove" Martin. In 1998, during her tenure at MTV, Anunda Lewis gained media attention after publicly stating her decision to practice abstinence for a minimum of 6 months. In 2000, People magazine featured Lewis in its annual list celebrating notable individuals for their physical appearance and public image. The next year, she moved on from her role at MTV to develop a daytime talk program under her own name. This new show officially launched in September 2001. She was born 1973 and died June 11th. She was 52 years. The former MTV VJ revealed her diagnosis of cancer. Number 2. Brian Wilson. He was an American singer, songwriter, musician, and producer, best known as a founding member of the Beach Boys. Celebrated for his groundbreaking contributions to pop music, he earned recognition as one of the most creative and influential songwriters of the 20th century. His work stood out for its intricate arrangements, rich vocal textures, and emotionally reflective or childlike themes. He also drew acclaim for his exceptional vocal versatility. Throughout his life, he contended with persistent mental health challenges. In 1961, he entered the music industry by forming the Beach Boys, where he played a key role in shaping their sound. As a multi-instrumentalist, vocalist, and the group's primary creative force, he was deeply involved in songwriting and production. When the band signed with Capitol Records the following year, he became one of the earliest figures in popular music to take full control over the creative process, writing, arranging, producing, and performing his own work. He also lent his production skills to other musical groups, notably the Honeys and American Spring. In 1964, Wilson experienced a mental health crisis that prompted him to step away from the Beach Boys' live performances. Shifting his focus to studio work, he concentrated on composing and producing music. This period resulted in some of his most acclaimed projects, including Pet Sounds and his debut solo single Caroline, No, both released in 1966. He also began developing Smile, an ambitious album that remained incomplete for decades. In 2022, the musical duo She and Him launched a concert tour in support of their album Melt Away, a tribute to Brian Wilson, featuring performances of songs written or inspired by Wilson. He was born 1942 and died June 11th. He was 82 years. He suffered from dementia. Number 3. Harris Yulin. An American actor by profession, he built an extensive resume with over 100 roles in both television and film. His work included appearances in Night Moves, released in 1975 but filmed earlier in 1973, alongside Gene Hackman, St. Ives with Charles Bronson, the 1983 classic Scarface, Ghostbusters 2, and a guest spot on Frasier that led to a Primetime Emmy nomination in 1996. He first appeared on the New York stage in 1963 with a role in Next Time I'll Sing to You by James Saunders and remained active in the theater world throughout his professional life. Stage work was a significant part of his artistic journey. During the 1980s, he stepped into major theater roles, beginning with a production that marked his arrival in New York's Broadway scene. Over time, he became known for his depth in emotionally demanding plays, from tense dramas to historical adaptations. One of his most powerful performances came in 2010, when he portrayed a troubled salesman in a Dublin revival of a classic American play, a role that underscored his ability to connect across cultures and decades. He made his cinematic debut in 1971 by stepping into the boots of legendary lawman Wyatt Earp in Doc, opposite Stacy Keach's portrayal of Doc Holliday. Over the following decades, he built a diverse filmography. In 1983, he took on the role of a morally compromised police officer in Brian De Palma's Scarface. He later played a judge in Ghostbusters 2, 1989, and a high-level political figure entangled in covert affairs in Clear and Present Danger, 1994. Sharing the screen with Harrison Ford, audiences saw him again in Bean, 1997, as George Grierson, and in 1999, he appeared as an attorney involved in the true-story legal battle of Reuben Carter in The Hurricane. His versatility extended into action comedy as well, with a role as a federal agent in Rush Hour 2, 2001. He was born 1937 and died June 10. He was 87 years, due to cardiac arrest. Number 4. Chris Robinson. He was an American performer whose career spanned acting, screenwriting, and directing. He first entered the film industry in the 1950s, initially making his mark in front of the camera. During his early years, Robinson took on youthful roles and worked as a stuntman. He appeared in mid-century features like Diary of a High School Bride and Beast from Haunted Cave, both emblematic of the era's independent film scene. Robinson became widely recognized for his portrayal of Dr. Rick Weber on General Hospital, a role he began in 1978. Nearly a decade later, he transitioned to Another World in late 1987, where he played Jason Frame. His time on that show saw a reunion with Denise Alexander, known to General Hospital audiences as Leslie. The character of Jason met a dramatic end in early 1989. Robinson later joined The Bold and the Beautiful, where he played Jack Hamilton during the early 1990s before departing after a 3-year run. He was born 1938 and died June 9th. He was 86 years, died in his sleep. Number 5. Sly Stone. He was an American musician, songwriter, and producer best known as the lead figure behind Sly and the Family Stone. Through the late 1960s and 1970s, he helped shape the sound of psychedelic soul and funk by blending elements of soul, rock, gospel, and psychedelic music in a groundbreaking way. His influence was so profound that AllMusic described him as having refined funk music to its fullest form, noting his powerful mix of exuberant rhythms and socially conscious themes that left a lasting impact across diverse musical genres. The magazine Crawdaddy also recognized him as a pioneer of what would later be called progressive soul. From an early age, Stone displayed remarkable musical versatility, learning to play various instruments as a child. He performed gospel music with his siblings, Freddie and Rose, during his youth. Later, in the 1960s, he built his professional foundation in music by producing records for Autumn Records and spinning tracks as a radio personality on San Francisco's KDIA station. In 1993, he was honored with induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame along with the other members of Sly and the Family Stone. He was born 1943 and died June 9, 2025. He was 82 years, due to pulmonary disease. Number 1. Bernard Cassen. He was a French journalist who played a key role in the founding of Attack, an organization focused on financial and social justice. He also served on its scientific advisory board, contributing to its strategic and intellectual direction. He led the Department of English-Speaking Studies for a number of years before contributing to the establishment of the Institute of European Studies at the university in 1992. He served as the Secretary General for both the House of Latin America in Paris and the Memory of Struggles Association, playing a key role in each organization's activities and mission. He stayed active within the Attack Bureau up to 2006, a time when Jacques Nikonov, whom he had personally endorsed as his successor in 2002, was serving as president. Beyond that, he has also been involved as a member of the International Council affiliated with the World Social Forum. He was born 1937 and died June 12. He was 87 years, due to neurological disease. Number 2. Charlie Gaddy. Based in Raleigh, North Carolina, he served as the lead evening news anchor for WRAL-TV, becoming a trusted presence in local journalism for more than 2 decades. He concluded his long-standing career with his retirement in 1994. He graduated from Guilford College and began his television career in 1960 as a staff announcer for NBC. Afterward, he spent a decade at radio station WPTF. In his 30s, he relocated to Raleigh, where he joined WRAL-TV in 1970 as the host of Good Morning Charlie. Over the years, he took on several roles at the station, eventually becoming the lead evening news anchor in 1974. By the late 1970s, he was a central figure in the top-rated Action News 5 team, alongside co-anchor Bobby Batista, meteorologist Bob DeBartolobin, and sports reporter Rich Brenner. When Batista moved to CNN in 1981, he became the sole anchor until Adele Arakawa joined in 1983. Tom Suter stepped in as sports anchor in 1982. He was born 1931 and died June 12. He was 93 years. Number 3. Clifton Jones. Born in St. Andrew, Jamaica, he was a Jamaican actor who gained recognition for his performances on British television. He first gained stage recognition in 1958, portraying Joe's romantic partner in A Taste of Honey, the landmark theater workshop production written by Sheila Delaney. His television career began with an uncredited appearance in Emergency Ward 10 in 1959. He was born 1937 and died June 4th. He was 87 years. Number 4. Jon Eikemo. A Norwegian actor by profession, he began his stage career in 1961 and transitioned to film with his debut in Market of the Unknowns in 1968. In 1979, he was honored with the Spelman Award in the open category for his album Lesser Jacob Sandy. Later, in 2007, he received the prestigious Norwegian Arts Council Honorary Award, which carried a prize of 500,000 Norwegian kroner. Eikemo earned recognition for his interpretation of Jacob Sandy's poem After a Spree, among other notable performances. He was widely regarded for his exceptional storytelling abilities. Among his memorable contributions was a dramatic rendition of Jacob Sandy's poem After a Spree. Eikemo also stood out for his remarkable gift for engaging storytelling, which became a hallmark of his artistic identity. Eikemo first appeared at the National Theatre in 1961, playing the role of Paul in Medmennesk. In 1975, he performed at the Oslo New Theatre, and by 1978, he had joined the ensemble at the Norwegian Theatre. He was born 1939 and died June 11, 2025. He was 85 years. Number 5. Katerina Yioulaki. A Greek actress by profession, she received her formal training at the National Theatre of Greece's Dramatic School. She made her theatrical debut in 1959, performing with Dinos Iliopoulos in The Gentleman's Lady. In the early 1970s, she gained wider recognition on television through her role in The Cock-Brained One, which she considered a key moment in her screen career. In 1996, she received the Greek Theatrical Writers Guild Award in recognition of her contributions to the stage. She was born 1938 and died June 13, 2025. She was 87 years. Number 6. Marise Wipani. She was a television personality and actress from New Zealand whose work spanned both drama and presenting. Her acting credits included roles in series like Shortland Street, Xena, Warrior Princess, Street Legal, Rude Awakenings, and Soldier Soldier. Early in her career, she helped launch New Zealand's first live lotto broadcast, co-hosting it with Doug Harvey, a moment that led to her being fondly nicknamed the Lotto Lady. Beyond her television work, Wipani also appeared in minor film roles, with credits in Came a Hot Friday, 1985, Mark II, Channeling Baby, and Jubilee, 2000. Wipani gained early national visibility in 1987 when she was selected as one of the original faces of Lotto New Zealand's live televised draw. While maintaining her involvement in the entertainment industry, she transitioned out of the presenter role in 1991 to fully pursue her passion for acting. Over the years, she landed roles in various television productions, including Soldier Soldier, Xena, Warrior Princess, and shows from the Hercules franchise. She was born 1964 and died June 6th. She was 61 years. Number 7. Douglas McCarthy. Known for his powerful presence in electronic music, he fronted the influential EBM outfit Nitzer Ebb from its formation in 1982 until 2024. Throughout his career, he also explored experimental soundscapes through joint projects, including Fixmare/McCarthy with Terrence Fixmare and DJM/REX alongside Cyrus Rex. McCarthy lent his voice to a variety of artists beyond his main projects, appearing as a guest vocalist on tracks by Recoil and collaborating with acts like Die Krups, KLOQ, Client, Adult, and Kenneth James Gibson's Reverse Commuter. Douglas J. McCarthy ventured into solo work in 2012, marking the release of his album Kill Your Friends through the independent label Pylon Records, based in Los Angeles. In 2013, McCarthy collaborated with Swiss DJ and producer Hedman, contributing vocals to the Noise EP. He was born 1966 and died June 11th. He was 58 years. Number 8. Milka Podrug-Kokotović. A prominent figure in Croatian performing arts, she built a career spanning stage productions, television roles, and cinematic appearances. Originally born in Dikma, she grew up in the nearby city of Split, where her family had earlier settled. She completed her secondary education at a classical high school in Split, later pursuing formal acting training in Zagreb, and eventually graduated in 1953 from a program in Sarajevo. She performed for one season at the Sebenik Theatre before joining the Marindrzyk Theatre in Dubrovnik in 1954, where she became a regular cast member. Starting in 1964, she also took part in the Dubrovnik Summer Festival. On screen, she appeared in films such as Fragrances, Gold and Incense, 1971, Blizzard, 1977, and Occupation in 26 Images, 1978, and was beloved for her television roles in Our Little Town and Unconquered City. Recognized for her talent as a character actress, she portrayed a wide range of roles, from deeply tragic heroines to lighthearted comedic figures. She was born 1930 and died June 7th. She was 94 years. Number 9. Melissa Hortman. An American political leader, she began serving as Speaker of the Minnesota House of Representatives in 2019. Affiliated with the Minnesota Democratic Farmers Labor Party, Hortman represented District 34B, covering parts of the northern Twin Cities metro area, including Brooklyn Park, Champlin, Coon Rapids, and sections of Anoka and Hennepin counties. Hortman secured her seat in the Minnesota House of Representatives in the 2004 election, after previously running unsuccessful campaigns in 1998 and 2002. She won the seat by defeating Republican incumbent Stephanie Olson, who had served one term, and went on to be re-elected every 2 years thereafter. She was born 1970 and died today, June 14, 2025. She was 55 years. Number 1. Melissa Hortman. An American political leader, she began serving as Speaker of the Minnesota House of Representatives in 2019. Affiliated with the Minnesota Democratic Farmers Labor Party, Hortman represented District 34B, covering parts of the northern Twin Cities metro area, including Brooklyn Park, Champlin, Coon Rapids, and sections of Anoka and Hennepin counties. Born in Germany, Küppers began her acting training under Ursula Stott, who instructed her in the Stanislavski method. However, she later credited Trude Hesterberg as her most significant influence, particularly in shaping her understanding and interpretation of the chanson. Küppers eventually completed her stage exams through the Stage Cooperative, where renowned director Gustav Gründgens was among the examiners. She appeared in theatrical productions across Germany and contributed to both German and Austrian television. Beginning in 1958, she also performed alongside her then-husband George Chrysler, with appearances in cities such as Munich. For 25 years, until January 2001, she voluntarily led the theater, earning recognition as a true Erwinerin, authentic Viennese figure. During her tenure, she used musical literary performances, such as Gehackt Zors, to actively confront issues like misogyny, anti-Semitism, and fascism. Her marriage to George Chrysler resulted in 2 children, including their daughter Sandra Chrysler, who followed in her parents' artistic footsteps as a singer, speaker, and actress. The couple separated in the mid-1970s. She was born 1931 and died June 14, 2025. She was 93 years, due to colon cancer. Number 2. Louis Moholo. A jazz drummer from South Africa, he performed with several influential ensembles such as the Blue Notes, Brotherhood of Breath, and Assegai. Alongside musicians Chris McGregor, Johnny Diani, Nigel Moyake, Mongizi Fija, and Dudu Pukwana. Moholo helped establish the Blue Notes. In 1964, the group left South Africa and eventually settled in London, where they became part of a South African expatriate circle that left a lasting imprint on the British jazz landscape. 2 years later, in 1966, Moholo joined Steve Lacy, Diani, and Enrico Rava for performances in Buenos Aires, including a show at Theatron and the recording of the album The Forest and the Zoo. Throughout the 1970s, he was active in the Brotherhood of Breath, a large jazz collective combining South African and British free jazz talents. Moholo also later launched 2 groups of his own, Viva La Black and the Dedication Orchestra. Moholo made his solo recording debut with Spirits Rejoice, an album released by Ogun Records that became known for its dynamic blend of South African and British jazz influences. Around the same period, in the early 1970s, he was also part of the Afro-rock ensemble Assegai. He was born 1940 and died June 13. He was 85 years. Number 3. Pik-Sen Lim. Born in British Malaya and of Chinese descent, she relocated to the United Kingdom at 16 to begin her acting career. Over the 1970s and 1980s, she became a familiar presence on British television. The British Film Institute acknowledged her as one of the most recognized Chinese performers on UK screens during that era. Lim gained recognition through a variety of roles across television and film. She portrayed Chin Lee in The Doctor Who serial The Mind of Evil, 1971, took on the part of Chung Soo Lee in the ITV sitcom Mind Your Language, 1977, and played Cy Adams in the military-themed series Spearhead. In cinema, she was seen as the lethal housekeeper in Johnny English Reborn, 2011. Additionally, she served as a narrator in the acclaimed Dark Souls video game series. She had a role as a nurse in the medical drama Emergency Ward 10 in 1964. During her time on the show, she met scriptwriter Don Houghton, whom she later married in 1968. She was born 1944 and died June 9th. She was 80 years. Number 4. Yurii Felipenko. A Ukrainian actor, he was particularly recognized for his performances in Ostap Hulier Intervenes in The Matter, My Grandmother Fanny Kaplan, 2016, and How is Katya, 2022. Felipenko completed his studies at the Kyiv National University of Theatre, Film and Television in 2016. He soon emerged as a notable talent in Ukrainian theater and became a key performer at the Kyiv Academic Drama Theater on Podol. His roles in productions like Grey Bees, Imitation, and Do the Oxen Bellow When the Manger is Full were praised for their emotional depth and genuine stage presence. He was born 1993 and died June 15th. He was 32 years. Number 5. Terry Louise Fisher. An American screenwriter and producer for television, she earned 3 Primetime Emmy Awards over the course of her career, with a total of 7 nominations. She launched her television writing and producing career in 1982 with the CBS police drama Cagney and Lacey. From 1983 to 1987, she contributed to various other series and made-for-TV movies. Though she departed from Cagney and Lacey in 1985, she later returned to co-write its reunion films, Cagney and Lacey, The Return, 1994, and Cagney and Lacey, Together Again, 1995. Fisher gained prominence as the co-creator of the legal drama L.A. Law, developed in collaboration with producer Stephen Bochco. She contributed as both a supervising producer and writer during the show's formative years. She was born 1946 and died June 10th. She was 79 years. Number 6. Bira Presidente. A Brazilian composer, singer, and percussionist, he was recognized as one of the founding members of the Carnival Bloco Chief of Ramos and the samba group Backyard. During his younger years, he frequently attended dance events and quickly gained a reputation as a skilled ballroom dancer. His passion for dancing remained with him throughout his life. He started playing the pandero at a young age and soon earned recognition within the local samba community. In the 1970s, he rose to prominence as president of Chief of Ramos, a renowned samba club in Rio that played a pivotal role in transforming the genre. In 1979, Bira co-founded the samba group Backyard with iconic musicians such as Elmer Ganido and Uberni. Their debut album, Samba is in the Backyard, featured inventive percussion instruments like the ant and the handpeel, which helped redefine the sound of modern samba. He was born 1937 and died June 14th. He was 88 years, due to Alzheimer. Number 7. Betsy Gay. An American actress and yodeler, she was born in Waterford, Connecticut, to Charles and Helen Gay, both of whom were performers themselves. She worked across film, television, and radio, often appearing in minor roles during Hollywood's golden age. Her film credits include Our Gang Follies of 1938, 1937, The Adventures of Tom Sawyer, and Mystery Plane, 1939. She was born 1929 and died June 13th. She was 96 years. Number 8. Honest John Plain. A British singer and musician, he was active in the punk scene of the late 1970s, performing with bands like London SS and The Boys. He also played drums during the formative period of Generation X. Over the years, he became associated with groups such as the Crybabies and the Lurkers. He was born 1952 and died June 12th. He was 73. Number 1. Alfred Brendel. A Czech-born Austrian pianist, composer, poet, author, and lecturer who lived in London. He gained recognition for his interpretations of Beethoven, Schubert, and Liszt. He notably recorded Beethoven's complete solo piano works and was the first pianist to do so, including 3 full sets of the 32 piano sonatas. He started learning piano at the age of 6 under Safija Dzelik. Later, he moved to Graz, Austria, where he continued piano studies with Ludovica von Kahn at the Graz Conservatory and studied composition under Artur Michel. Near the end of World War II, at just 14 years old, Brendel was sent back to Yugoslavia to perform forced labor, including digging trenches. Brendel began his recording career in 1950 with Prokofiev's Piano Concerto No. 5. 2 years later, in 1952, he became the first pianist to record Liszt's Weihnachtsbaum cycle. His discography also includes an extensive range of works by Liszt, Brahms, including the piano concertos, Robert Schumann, and especially Franz Schubert, whose compositions he frequently performed and recorded. He gave his final New York performance at Carnegie Hall on February 20, 2008, featuring compositions by Haydn, Mozart, Beethoven, and Schubert. He was born 1931 and died June 17. He was 94. Number 2. Anne Burrell, an American chef and television personality. She also taught at the Institute of Culinary Education. She gained fame as the host of Food Network's Secrets of a Restaurant Chef and co-hosted Worst Cooks in America. Additionally, she served as sous chef to Mario Batali on Iron Chef America and appeared on various other network shows, including The Best Thing I Ever Ate. She competed in the 4th season of The Next Iron Chef, Super Chefs, where she was eliminated in the 6th episode. Burrell earned a Bachelor of Arts in English and Communications from Canisius College in Buffalo in 1991. She later pursued culinary training at the Italian Culinary Institute for Foreigners, located in Asti, in Italy's Piedmont region. She took part in the debut season of Chopped All-Stars, representing the Food Network personalities. After winning her qualifying round, she made it to the final, where she placed 3rd, with Nate Appleman taking 1st and Aaron Sanchez coming in 2nd. Burrell won the 4th season of Chopped All-Stars in 2015, securing a $75,000 prize for the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation. Earlier, from 2012 to 2013, she fronted the show Chef Wanted with Anne Burrell, where she helped high-end restaurants find executive chefs. Toward the end of 2011, Burrell was the featured host on a Food Network culinary cruise that traveled through the Mediterranean and across the Atlantic, taking place on the newly commissioned Celebrity Silhouette. She was born 1969 and died June 17th. She was 55 years, died after being found unresponsive. Number 3. Dave Scott, an American hip-hop dance instructor, choreographer, and talent mentor. He rose to prominence for his choreography in popular dance films. Most notably, You Got Served, 2004, and Step Up 2, The Streets, 2008. He also served as a resident choreographer for So You Think You Can Dance and contributed to the Pulse on Tour Dance Convention. At 15, he discovered his passion for dance, influenced by breakdancing films, Broadway-style musicals, and standout music videos, particularly those by Michael Jackson. He credited pioneers like Mr. Wiggles, Stephen Clementi, and Poppin' Pete, Timothy Solomon, for significantly shaping his dance journey. Through his work on music videos and tours, he formed strong connections within the dance world, which opened doors to teaching and choreographing for TV and film. He characterized his choreographic style as dynamic, rhythm-driven, and full of energy. His collaborations included artists across music and entertainment, such as Genuine, B2K, Tyrese, Brian McKnight, John B., IMX, and rapper Bow Wow. He also worked with Olympic gold medalist Tara Lipinski, showcasing the versatility of his choreography beyond traditional music acts. He was born 1972 and died June 16th. He was 52 years. Number 4. Kim Woodburn. She was an English media figure, author, and household cleaning specialist. Dubbed the Queen of Clean, she gained widespread attention co-hosting How Clean Is Your House? On Channel 4 starting in 2003, along with its Canadian adaptation, Kim's Rude Awakenings. Over the years, she also featured in several reality TV programs such as I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, and the 2017 edition of Celebrity Big Brother. Beginning in 2007, Woodburn featured in the Canadian adaptation Kim's Rude Awakenings, where she appeared alongside co-host Mike Challet. In August 2009, she revealed in an interview with Now magazine that she would not return for any future episodes of How Clean Is Your House? Shortly after, Channel 4 confirmed the show's cancellation. In 2009, Woodburn joined the 9th edition of the reality series I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, where she made it to the final and finished in 2nd place, with Gino D'Acampo winning that season. The next year, in 2010, she featured on a celebrity version of Come Dine With Me, dining alongside Claire Sweeney, Darren Day, and comedian Tom O'Connor. In August 2018, Woodburn appeared on ITV's daytime show Loose Women, where her segment sparked significant controversy. Woodburn made her pantomime debut in a production of Cinderella at the Theatre Royal in Brighton, where she played one of the ugly sisters alongside her TV co-host Aggie McKenzie. She was born 1942 and died June 16th. She was 83 years, due to a short illness. Number 5. Manuel Zarzo. He was a Spanish film and television actor whose career spanned nearly 70 years, during which he featured in over 200 productions. Zarzo first appeared on screen in the 1951 film Day by Day. In 1960, he sustained severe injuries while rescuing a woman from a fire, an incident during which he was declared clinically dead for 2 hours. In the later years of his acting career, he was particularly active on television, portraying various characters such as Segismundo Ballester in Fortunata y Jacinta, 1980, Bernardo Alvarez in Juncal, Tomas Alberti during the first season of Compañeros, Eugenio in El Super, and Rafael in La Darcina de Poniente, 2006. He also worked in theater, with roles in stage productions including Right Side Up and Down, 1984. He gained recognition for his roles in The Adventures of Baron Munchausen, 1988, New in the Square, and The New Spaniards, 1974. He was born 1932 and died June 17th. He was 93 years. Number 6. Natalya Tenyakova. Active across decades in both stage and screen, she became a prominent figure in Russian and Soviet performing arts. Her artistic achievements earned her one of the country's highest cultural honors in 1994, and over a decade later, she was further celebrated with national awards recognizing her exceptional impact on theater. Following her graduation, she joined the Baltic House Festival Theater Ensemble and made her stage debut in 1966, portraying Polly Peachum in a production of the Threepenny Opera. In 1967, she joined the Leningrad Bolshoi Drama Theater as a member of its acting troupe. She was born 1944 and died today, June 18th. She was 80 years. Number 7. Charles Burrell. He was a pioneering American bassist in both classical and jazz genres, recognized as the first African-American musician to perform with a leading U.S. symphony orchestra. Due to this historic achievement, he has often been likened to the Jackie Robinson of classical music. He was born 1920 and died June 17th. He was 104. Number 1. Francisco Cuoco. He was a Brazilian actor who rose to fame for portraying romantic leads in Rede Globo's telenovelas, including titles like Selva de Pedra, 1972, Pecado Capital, and O Astro, among others. By day, he assisted his father at the market, while dedicating his evenings to study in pursuit of a secure career. Initially drawn to law, his plans changed after discovering Alfredo Mesquida's School of Dramatic Art, where his passion for the stage took root. He ultimately left law school to fully embrace a life in the performing arts. Cuoco appeared in his first feature film in 1962, playing a supporting role in Peter and Paul. By 1968, he had taken on a leading role in Anuska, Manakimi Mulher. Active in theater throughout the 1950s and 1960s, Francisco Cuoco transitioned to television, appearing in teledietros on the now-defunct TV Tupi and in telenovelas broadcast by TV Excelsior. He later joined TV Globo, where he became a familiar face, contributing to over 100 productions. He was born 1933 and died June 19th. He was 91 years, due to multiple organ failure. Number 2. Geirr Lystrup. He was a Norwegian folk musician, serving as a singer, guitarist, composer, and writer. Geirr Lystrup produced numerous albums, including both adult and children's music, and authored several books and stage plays. He also collaborated with Per Oddvar Hildra and the Norwegian Chamber Choir, contributing lyrics to 5 of their albums. As a folk singer, he often performed with his longtime backing group, Gotfolk, and many of his recordings were released under the name Geirr Lystrup OG Gotfolk. He was also involved in various musical collaborations, including as a member of the Nordic folk ensemble Kvidar, and worked alongside the Moscow Balalaika Quartet, Henning Samaro, and the vocal group SKRUK. Lystrup released his third children's album, Sanjen Om Omis, in 2008. He was born 1949 and died June 19, 2025. He was 76 years, due to complications of ALS. Number 3. James Prime. A Scottish musician and educator, he was widely recognized for his long-standing role as the keyboardist with the rock band Deacon Blue. Having joined the group in 1985, he played on all 11 of their studio albums, including their final release The Great Western Road in 2025, which arrived just 3 months before his passing and achieved chart success in both Scotland and the UK. Alongside his musical career, he also held a teaching position at the University of the West of Scotland. In 1985, Prime became a founding member of Deacon Blue, a Glasgow-based band started by Ricky Ross. The original lineup featured Prime on keyboards, Graham Kelling on guitar, Lorraine McIntosh as vocalist, Ewan Vernal on bass, and Dougie Vipond on drums. By 2013, the group's album sales were estimated at 6 million, climbing past 7 million by 2020. They achieved significant chart success, securing 12 singles in the UK Top 40 and 2 albums that reached #1 in both the UK and Scotland. He was born 1960 and died June 19. He was 64, due to cancer. Number 4. Lou Christie. He was an American singer-songwriter who gained popularity in the pop and soft rock scenes during the 1960s. Among his most well-known songs were the 1966 US #1 hit, Lightnin' Strikes, and the 1969 UK chart success, I'm Gonna Make You Mine, which peaked at number 2. During his time at Moon Area High School, he developed his vocal skills and took on leadership duties as the student conductor of the school choir, often performing solo at holiday events. Although his music teacher, Frank Cummings, encouraged him to pursue classical music, Sacco had dreams of recording pop music and appearing on American Bandstand. At the age of 15, he met Twyla Herbert, a classically trained musician nearly twice his age, and the two formed a long-lasting creative partnership, writing hundreds of songs together over 3 decades, continuing until her death in 2009. Christie was frequently seen on television during the 1960s, including multiple appearances on Where the Action Is, 1965. He also performed on popular shows like American Bandstand and Baltimore's The Buddy Dean Show, 1962. At one point, he also collaborated vocally with Del Shannon. He was born 1943 and died June 18. He was 82 years due to cancer. Number 5. Gailard Sartain. He was an American actor often cast in roles reflecting Southern culture. He became a familiar face on the country variety show Hee Haw and appeared in 3 Ernest films, as well as the CBS comedy series Hey Vern, It's Ernest. In 1988, beyond acting, he also built a career as a painter and illustrator. Sartain's film career spanned over 40 movies, with some of his most memorable roles including the Big Bopper in The Buddy Holly Story and Sheriff Ray Stuckey in Mississippi Burning. His filmography also features appearances in The Outsiders, The Hollywood Knights, Fried Green Tomatoes, The Replacements as Coach Leo Pilichowski, The Big Easy, The Grifters, Getting Even with Dad, and The Patriot. He even made an uncredited appearance in the 1994 comedy Wagons East, starring John Candy and Richard Lewis. Additionally, Sartain was in a deleted scene from Steve Martin's The Jerk, where he played a wealthy Texas oil man asking for $1,500 in cash to replace cracked leather seats in his private jet, exclaiming, "Now I can take my friends to the Super Bowl like a man, not like some kind of goddamn gay bum." In addition to his film and television work, Sartain featured in music videos during the 1980s, including Mel McDaniel's stand-up in 1985 and Michael Johnson's live performance of Give Me Wings in 1986. Sartain's last appearance on the big screen came in 2005 with Cameron Crowe's Elizabethtown. He was also widely recognized for his roles in 3 of the Ernest P. Worrell films alongside actor Jim Varney. He was born 1946 and died June 17. He was 78 years. Number 6. Stanislav Sarsky. He was a Czech stage actor. Following high school, he initially failed to gain admission to the Prague Academy of Performing Arts, but was accepted after finishing his military service. He was best recognized for his performances in Wait for White Happiness, 1987, Boska Emma, and The City of My Hope, 1978. He began performing at the Spandau Theatre in Prague's Smichov district in 2003. In 2013, he joined the ensemble at the Moravian Theatre in Olomouc. His decades-long dedication to the dramatic arts was recognized in 2023 when he was presented with the prestigious Thalia Award for Lifetime Achievement. Beyond his stage work, he appeared in multiple episodes of the television series The Bachelors and took on the role of Coach Rausek Sr. in the comedy series The Line. He was born 1939 and died June 20th. He was 85 years. Number 7. Stanislav Sarsky. He was an American actor recognized for his roles in Lilo and Stitch, 2025, The Wrecking Crew, and the 2018 reboot of Magnum P.I. He planned ahead and purchased the best seats in the house for us all to go together to opening night in Capolay just 2 short weeks ago. His sister wrote. He was born 1979 and died June 12, 2025. He was 46 years. A cause of death was not listed. Number 8. Piet Kamerman. He was a Dutch actor and playwright whose stage journey began in 1935 with a circus act, performing as a dwarf alongside a clown in the Eindhoven region. Faced with the choice between pursuing theater or selling ice cream, He initially earned a living from the latter while running his own semi-professional theater company. He was born 1925 and died June 3rd. He was 99 years.